In my work as a celebrant, I'm very often asked to find readings or verses or poems or anything like that that is appropriate to the individual couple who are getting married. And one of those that I use from time to time, or that I'm asked to use, is The Art of Marriage by Wilfred A. Peterson. And it's a beautiful poem. It talks about never being too old to hold hands. It's about putting the other one before yourself. It's about being a comfort to each other. It's about building relationship and having a family and children, perhaps in the future. It's also about growing old together. And so when it's laid out, and good poems, like good songs, are really just a list of things that you want to say. And this is one of those things that has a lovely twist at the end, which the good ones all do, which makes you stop and think, that describes a good marriage. And that's what we have. In real life, things happen. Now, it's all very well to be all lovey-dovey and to go off and get married and think that life is going to be wonderful and that no one's going to get sick. There's always going to be a meal on the table, or money that's coming in from a job, or a roof over your heads, or plenty of nice clothes to wear, or a wonderful car to drive. But in real life, it's not like that. No matter what you have and what your expectations are, there's always things that get in the way of that. One of the things is that you lose your job. The coronavirus, for example. Lots of people have lost their jobs. Lots of people may struggle to find work. Some people may struggle to keep their mortgage payments up. Some people may have to move it in with mum and dad or with other family members. It's just the way that life is. And the more that you have to endure, and the way you handle adversity defines you as a person.
As a couple.
As a couple. So if you stick together through tough times, then that's the way you are. But sometimes the wife gets sick. As a funeral celebrant, as well as a marriage celebrant, I very often go to visit people who have nursed their partner for many, many years, who have gone to the nursing home every day to feed their husband or their wife, and it works both ways, to take them fresh clothes, to sit with them, to talk to them. That is the art of love. That is real, true love. And at the end of all that, when the person eventually passes away, there's real grief and sadness because someone who's been a part of their life has gone on and passed away.
You go to the other side.
Yeah, well, yeah. So the art of marriage, for goodness sake, it's all great when you're 21 years old and you're setting out, or 30 years old, and you're all fresh-skinned, no wrinkles, nothing's, gravity hasn't got hold of the bits of you that gravity normally gets hold of, and your hair is still on your head instead of on the pillow. But you have to be prepared for that, and the words that I choose for the poetry that I like to read reflects that. The Art of Marriage reflects that, and makes people think. Move ahead. Where will you be 40 years from now? Maybe your bones will be creaking a little bit. Maybe they are. Maybe mine creak a little bit. But look, I'm very happily married. She's not, but I am. That's about all I've got to say on this matter. But I hope you enjoyed this as much as I've enjoyed speaking to you today, and I hope to come back to you with some more verses soon in the not too distant future. If you could, please press the like button, share it, subscribe, and let's get it out there, because I think we've got a lot of life experience. Thank you. We have to look at the elephant in the room now, and that's not exactly me, but it's a figure of speech. The elephant in the room is that it's now July the 25th, 2020. I'm in Melbourne, so is Belen, and we're in a lockdown situation because of coronavirus. Now, there are some people that think it's a hoax or it's overhyped. There are some people that think it's a terrible thing and are scared to go out and breathe and do all those sorts of things. There are others who, for some unknown reason, have decided that they live in an area where they don't want other people to visit, and they put up rude comments on notice boards around the place telling Melburnians with their filthy disease to get the hell out of their town. Now, this is terrible. This is terrible. We are dividing in upon ourselves, and this has got to stop. Yes, we have a coronavirus. Yes, we have had virus pandemics in the past. We've survived. Some people passed away. Everybody passes away at some time or other. Every death is a tragedy, but it's got to be put in perspective. You can't stop it by putting up signs calling your neighbour or someone who lives in a different town by a horrible name. You can't stop it by screeching at other people in the shopping centre who might get a little bit too close to you. This is no good. We just have to stand together, look after each other, and be aware that some people have very frail sensibilities, and so just give them the benefit of the doubt, I suppose, and love each other, be the best you can with each other. And it goes back to, not just being finding the right person, but being the right person, and that's what it's all about. We're all blaming politicians as well, and some things that have been done weren't that good, but they didn't have much to experience to fall back on. It's been 100 years since we last had a major pandemic, like I think it was called the Spanish flu in just after World War One, and it killed more people than World War One allegedly.
Is that 100 years or?
Yeah, 100 years. It happened in 1919, so that's actually 101 years.
Oh, okay.
And it was responsible for more death. Well, they think, because they don't really know, than World War One. I tend to probably agree. It probably did, because troops all brought it home to their countries from Europe as well after the war. So that spread it.
Yeah, and everybody now has to wear mask wherever you go.
Yeah.
Workplaces has to wear mask.
Now this is an interesting point, because my work as a civil celebrant means that I have to go in there with a mask, but when I go to conduct the funeral, I take the mask off.
Because you can't talk with your mask on.
That's right, because I have to be able to be heard. But I did a funeral the other day, and I got some disapproving looks from some members of the audience. And but I would have got a lot more disapproving looks if I would have done the whole service by going blah, 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 blah,
with your
blah,
mask
blah,
on.
The other thing is, the upshot is that my wife says that I look a lot better when I'm wearing a mask.
I show you something,
and
though.
she's in favour of full face masks if they become available.
I show you something, though. I bought this mask about a week ago, and I didn't realize. It's actually got it from.
It's an alert. She's about to say something bad about me again.
This is so funny because this doesn't fit on big faces like his face. It only covers from there to up to here. So what are you gonna do with that? So this is actually no good.
Not for and the reason I have such a big head is because it's just full of brains.
Anyway, it is better for him, I suppose, and that's what he should look like. Okay.
I do look about 20 years younger, don't I?
You look a lot better, darling. So there you are.
Okay, folks, well, that's
right.
it. Look after each other, be kind to one another, and be the best people you can be. And I'm sure we'll get through this together. All the best from us.
And all the best from everybody.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.